FBI's flagship field office puts Epstein case file redactions ahead of all other investigations, some in 12-hour overnight shifts. This is crazy. Instead of fighting crime, instead of going after real bad guys, the FBI had decided to put redactions ahead of everything else. This is crazy, crazy news. We're going to go over it. We're going to talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. So follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that the flagship New York field office has reportedly shifted its focus to a single mission: reviewing and redacting the Jeffrey Epstein case files for public release. Why? I thought we were supposed to get all the information. What redactions? But according to a bombshell report from Vanity, over 1,000 agents and civilian employees are burning the midnight oil, some pulling 12-hour overnight shifts to pour over the late sex offender records. The news outlet reported, quote, "It's literally all hands on deck," one source familiar with the matter tells me, adding that dozens and dozens of agents are working around the clock on the case instead of their regular duties. I even saw an agent working with a pillow, the source said. The New York field office is an epicenter for FBI counterintelligence, counterterrorism, public corruption, international drug trafficking, and financial crime investigations. One FBI veteran calls it a ludicrous situation. ABC News, citing unnamed sources, reported that up to 1,000 FBI agents, many of whom are usually focusing on national security matters, have been pulled into the effort to review the files. The network also quoted FBI spokesperson Ben Williamson for saying Director Patel is committed to full transparency and justice. Williamson did not respond to multiple requests to comment for the story. So why the redactions? Who are they protecting? Still, we are protecting someone. Just release the information, no redactions. And unless it's the victims. Other than that, what are you hiding? It shouldn't take this long. Far left CNN confirmed the frenzy, noting agents are hunched over computers, redacting files, and at breakneck speed to meet deadlines by Attorney General Pam Bondi, the news outlet reported. It shouldn't be this hard, though. Agents have, agents have been ordered to set aside investigations, including some related to threats from China and Iran, to help complete the redactions, people briefed on the matter say. Again, I don't really agree with this. I really don't agree with using the FBI like this. You can bring in outside people to come in with clearances to handle this so the FBI can do other things. So I'm kind of on that side here. But every division in the Bureau has been ordered to provide agents to the case, including those who work on criminal and national security matters. This weekend, agents in the Washington field office are spending hours on redaction duty, people briefed on the matter say. Under Attorney General Bondi's leadership, the Department of Justice is working relentlessly to deliver unprecedented transparency for the American people, a Justice Department spokesperson said in the response to the CNN inquiry. I don't know, man. It's taking them too long to release this information. I'm really not trusting, and I'll be honest. But for much of the week, agents could be seen filling into a room at FBI headquarters, with some also doing the work at field offices in New York and at an FBI office in Chantilly, Virginia, the sources said. For hours, agents sit at banks of computers using editing software to identify redactions required under federal laws, including the Privacy Act. The material also includes video. Wow, video? I didn't know that. But according to the Wall Street Journal, FBI agents have been directed to redirect only the names of victims and their personally identifiable information such as phone numbers and social media handles during their review, sources said. The victims, city and state, however, must remain visible. Reviewers were specifically instructed not to redact large portions of text and were told that names of third parties, including witnesses, relatives of victims, and other connected to them, are not to be protected. In the case where nude images of victims are found, agents are permitted to redact the entire body, but if the victim is clothed, only the face may be blacked out. Which I agree with all. I'm agreeing with all of this right now. I'm just agreeing. I'm just saying it's better ways to handle this though. But it can be recalled that the so-called Epstein files phase 1 was a colossal disappointment. Heavily redacted pages handed over to a select group of MAGA influencers. And that's what I'm worried about. Is this going to be heavily redacted as well? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not talking about the privacy stuff. I'm talking about like names of people that we really need to know. Is that going to be redacted as well? Well, Bondi had hyped the release on Fox News with Jesse Waters the night before, promising flight logs, names, and a lot of information about Epstein depraved criminal network. Conservatives braced for a bombshell that will finally unmask the elite swamp creatures tied to the notorious pedo. Instead, they got a dud, and I'm still pretty upset about that. During a new interview with Mark Levin, Bondi provided a crucial update, confirming that she had only received about 120 pages of documents, despite being assured this was all that existed. But through an independent source, she discovered that the Southern District of New York, the same people that protected Anthony Weiner, has been sitting on thousands of pages related to Epstein, keeping them away from the public eye. And James Dennehy, the head of the FBI's New York office, threw in the towel just days after his office was revealed to have been hiding thousands of Epstein documents. Again, who were they protecting? I can't wait to find out. But two sources confirmed to NBC that Dennehy was given the choice between getting fired or resigning, and he chose the latter. In an interview with investigative journalist Cheryl Atkinson, President Donald Trump provided an update on the long-awaited release of classified files regarding Jeffrey Epstein, Martin Luther King Jr., and John F. Kennedy. We got some of the John F. Kennedy stuff, but still, it wasn't real. It was some information, but it really just verified what we already knew about the JFK stuff. It really hasn't been any bombshell stuff there. But Trump revealed that despite ongoing deep state resistance, particularly from the FBI, the process is advancing and will culminate in major disclosures in the coming weeks, which I'm definitely looking forward to. Last week, like I alluded to, JFK's assassination in 1973 was finally released by President Donald Trump's Department of Justice, and files have been released and are available. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this, diverting all of this manpower towards redactions. Is there a better way to do this? I think it's a better way to handle this, but y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.